First point, stealing your focus. So you have to see it like that, especially for people who are not affected by this technology. You're hearing a lot of chatting. It's always in your head. And this, of course, steals your focus. You can't focus on certain activities. At least it becomes very hard, as you can imagine. And it's always going on. Next point, tasks. Let's say you want to go about your daily activities, daily tasks. They become kind of complicated sometimes because these voices make you overthink a lot about everything. So sometimes you just want to go about very basic tasks. Want to clean the dishes, or you want to clean toilet or whatever. Just a simple daily task that you might do becomes sometimes very difficult because of that. Interruptions, everything is being interrupted, also conversations. So let's say you have conversations on the phone or just with people. What I don't really understand is that the voices, they are reduced for the most part. If I'm going to talk with people, the voice is being reduced a lot, but sometimes it's being interrupted. So you maybe have a topic that you talk about, and then sometimes the voices appear. You are going all over the place with your brain. Also, to mention watching movies. So maybe you have dialogues going on, people talking inside the movie. You can't focus. I'm rewatching certain parts and it's like, okay, I just don't get the point here. Especially when these interruptions are happening. They are not always happening, but oftentimes. This technology seems really to mess with your head a lot. I can't really describe in scientific way how it works because I'm not a scientist, but I can definitely, based off my own experience, and I can tell you that I'm being heavily interfered. Everything really becomes difficult. Topics, whatever, gaming, hacking, reading. Okay, and you want to learn about the topics, so feel ashamed, okay, because you maybe want to focus and you want to learn about them, but you can't. You are basically kind of ashamed of not knowing. You isolating yourself from conversations and going with people because you don't know how to explain, because they don't seem to understand. And that's why I'm doing it. Maybe some people can understand, or maybe some people experiencing the same. Okay, so they can relate in a way. Also, religion, it doesn't matter. Okay, video games, like I said, reading books, hacking, just technology in general. You can't seem to obtain knowledge. It's always gone at some point. Or the process of getting information, the process of obtaining knowledge is being interfered in the first place because it's maybe linked to trauma, it's linked to abuse. It naturally gives you the tendency, or you know what, maybe it's just better to stick on your own, stick alone, so you don't have this constant battle going on inside your head. Of course, as a gangstalking individual, it's the most difficult thing ever. Okay, next point, attention. Pretty much all of the tasks that I mentioned, you need to be able to put your attention into certain direction. And if you can't do that, you're unable to learn, study. So you need to sit down and put your attention somewhere. Tunnel vision. You need to be in a tunnel in a way in order to get good at topics. Having fun while learning is the best thing ever because then you really learn in the end. And it's not about competition, just of the process on its own. Unfortunately, this is completely being destroyed. Not just the focus is being stolen and all the topics that I mentioned. Your approach. You maybe have positive mindset towards new topics. That's completely being interfered. So basically you have no there comes a certain innocence when you go about new topics because you are your own person. Okay, at least that's what I used to believe. But since this technology has attached to my brain, I can clearly feel that I'm not my own person anymore. And even new topics don't seem to be innocent anymore in a way that you see them neutral. Otherwise, you're not able to learn and study, and having a beginner mindset is very important. Or you will just, I know it all, and everything becomes a competition, which is very annoying. You want to learn, you want to have a good mindset, and these voices destroy everything, and it makes you feel very isolated. and you just let go. Okay, you have to, so at least I have the tendency to let go of everything, especially when it comes to the hacking. They're blocking a lot of your paths because they don't want to see you shine. They don't want to see you go somewhere in life. And that's clearly to see, especially when it comes to like jealous punks, because they are stuck in a cult, and they maybe want to have something going on for themselves, but they can't do it because they maybe got manipulated into some cult environment, or because sometimes it feels a little bit like a cult. In a cult or a group, you're not your own person anymore. Basically, people in a cult or group environment that is forced, also hive mindset, it sometimes feels like that, especially when it comes to the voices. You have no way to go. You have no, even if you are very capable, if you have this focus as a target and you maybe are very capable, they are trying to destroy that out of jealousy, envy, just this dead energy that you don't want to be around, of course. But unfortunately, when these voices are attacking you, you feel constantly like that. You basically have this non-productive energy that you are stuck, can't progress, you can't move because everything is a competition. Okay, everything feels annoying, which is not a good mindset in order to grow and having fun at the same time and learning, of course. I just wanted to record that little voice note about focus and voice to skull.